I feel betrayed by the people I trusted, that I thought we are colleagues, we've got the same goal, aim and objective towards building netball and growing netball, only to find out we are not in the same boat. And that hurts me, because when we stand and raise our hands for elections, we're doing it because we want to serve a player. We want to serve the people that cannot serve themselves. And we want to change a girl or a boy child's life. And we think our objectives are the same, only to find out that people are there for power, people are there for greed, people are there for fame, which I'm not there for. My aim was I was not treated well as a player when I played. I was never treated well as a coach when I coached. I was never treated well when I was an administrator within this province of mine, of Limpopo, that I'm at. And I decided I'm not going to complain. I want to be the change that I wanted to see. And that's what I went in and did. And hence you have seen the growth of netball, because I said to myself, keeping grudges will never help me change the narrative. And that's what I wanted to do.
Did what?
Because I'm not affiliated to World Netball. Netball South Africa is affiliated to World Netball. People who've got power over me is the Council of Netball South Africa. If they suspend me, do I have a choice? No. Should I abide by the rules and regulations of the Constitution of Netball South Africa that put me there as the president? Yes. Should I actually make sure that this Constitution is upheld to? Yes. So there are processes and procedures. Let me put it that way. We've got a council. So if you complain about me, I think you can go to council like it was done in 2021 to say, they were questioning my membership. It went to council. After it went to council, what happened? It went to council. After it went to council, the council decided on what should happen. So if the council decided, the council should have decided, take it to the DC of Netball South Africa, which we've got a DC. And I think that's the procedure, the simple procedure that should have been followed. Take it to the DC, then you take it to the DC, and then after you take it to the DC will decide. And if I'm not happy with the results, I've got SASCO because I'm the president. I cannot be a referee and a player at the same time. I've got the SASCO that we can go to, and SASCO can mediate on the matter and see how best the thing can be done. If we are not agreeing with SASCO, obviously we've got Africa Netball. You take it to Africa. If we don't agree with Africa, then there's World Netball. All those stages were not passed. And what made me, question myself is, there was a time in 2019, 2020, if I'm not like 2020, 2021, if my mind serves me well, when AfriForum went and took us to World Netball as Netball South Africa, on the issue of selections at schools. So when we did that, we were like, okay, AfriForum took us to the World Netball. You know what Netball did? They brought the matter back to Netball South Africa and say investigate the matter. So what is different this time around? That the whistleblowers, they say they are the whistleblowers, why didn't they bring the matter back to Netball South Africa? So to me it's like, this is who, what is the modus operandi? Is it because of it was Cecilia Molekwane's name on it? That's my take on that.
Do you plan on taking any legal action against World Netball? Do you plan on taking any legal action?
Let me not comment on that. I think I've got a council that I report to. After the council has responded to all these things, let me respect them enough to say, I think those are the people that can guide me as their president. Remember, as their president, these things has been done to their president. So I want to respect them enough to say they should be the ones that are actually, guiding me on this matter. Yes.
So what's next?
What's next? I'm resuming office with immediate effect. I stood back because I wanted kids to play netball. I didn't want anybody to be suspended. I'm resuming office. I'm going back to my office. I'm no longer a member of World Netball. They don't have power over me. I'm an elected president of Netball South Africa, of Netball South Africa and of Africa Netball. So I've just resumed office now. Maybe that's why I've called this meeting. I've just resumed office. I'm the president of Netball South Africa.
Does anyone have a question? I think I will take hands, and then you will say your name and the name of your house. Okay, let's start with you. 2, 3, and 4 at the back. 5 with Matty.
Thank you, President. Cecilia Molekwane from Netball. Earlier you started by mentioning that you resigned from Netball as a director. I just want to know if you are not concerned of any future potential elections that, like you mentioned earlier, there are requests that will come to say, please raise a bill and so part of what are you not concerned about?
I'm more concerned about growing netball in South Africa. I'm more concerned about turning netball professional in South Africa so as we can compete in the world. I'm more concerned about awakening the sleeping giant in Africa, which I know if we do that correctly will be a force to be reckoned with. Positions don't matter to me if I cannot make an impact. I can only be worried on a position like I'm worried on a position of Netball South Africa, which I know I have made an impact and I can still make more impact on. That you know what? Saving your own country is better than saving the world. That's why they say charity begins at home.
Yes, just want to find from you. Thank you for your time. Do you feel hard done by SASPOC leadership? And as a follow-up to that question, do you think they were the ones working together with whistleblowers to get you to the position that you find yourself at currently? That's the first question, first part. And my second part is that now that you're back in office, what are you expecting? And yeah, what's the plan if maybe you'll get some sort of retaliation from people who are not expecting you to come back?
Okay, the first part, thank you Mpumi for the question. The first part is, according to my own opinion, why would World Netball CC SASCO on the communications? Because I have them, I see them. Why wouldn't SASCO call Netball South Africa executive and say, what do we do to protect our own? What is the overall? Why didn't they ask for their own legal opinion and come together and say, this is what we're thinking that it's an overreach. You did this in 2020-21, as I said, why don't you do it again? So to me, it's like, and why would the president of SASCO start attending things of Netball South Africa when I'm not there? And when I'm there, he never attended anything. And then why would he go and say 7 weeks? And after 7 weeks, don't ask and relax and sit there and say, I'm the president. And why would he remove me from the president's list? So to me, my own opinion, I suspect, I don't know, it's a suspicion, I suspect that he's part. On the other one, you get retaliation or whatever. I'm used to retaliation. I'm used to getting people not accepting me. Remember, my late husband, Kumi, always said to me, Lala, you are not money. Not everybody will love you. So whether you retaliate or not, I'm the president of Netball South Africa. Elected one, by the way. Not parachuted, not appointed, elected. So live with it. I'm back, I'm here.
Yes, thanks very much, President. Welcome back. This is Molekwane from City Press. You are saying you are back. Does that mean you are also back on the nominations list for president?
I think, thank you, Tisetu, for your question. Also, you are the Tisetu. That I see articles flying around. You know, this thing of looking at people. Thank you. Who removed me? With what powers, with what capacity? We've got a constitution in Netball South Africa that guides the eligibility of one being eligible to stand. And I will be dealing with that constitutional matter. I don't use emotions. I don't use what I think. We are guided by a constitution. Let's follow the constitution.
So my question was actually two-part. You say I saw there's a clause that allows you that nominates you automatically. And there's also a line that says you must accept something. What is that something that you must accept?
No, you just accept the thing to say, I want to stand. So there was no need for me to do that because districts nominated me. Because remember, if districts nominate you, you can't say you don't nominate me. So a lot of districts nominated me. I sent through. I got the results from the auditors to say that they've received that. I think you are privy to see the first list that my name was on. And suddenly my name is not there without any explanation or nothing. Because I'm back in office, they will explain why my name is not there. I think it's easy as ABC.
I think there was a question at the back.
Thank you very much. My name is Imam Wakuda. I'm representing NHFM and Trade FM. I've got two questions. The third one will depend on your flexibility or if whether you're comfortable to deal with it as well. The first one is I'm interested in knowing that during this period of the suspension, are you still able to draw the stipend or the allowances that you're supposed to get or the privileges in terms of rents and sales? And then the second one, which is coupled with this very same question, you mentioned the issue of 75,000 rent to say your predecessor was getting around that much in terms of figures. Are you flexible yourself as well to share as to yourself how much is relating in terms of figures? And then the last one is your relationship at the current moment with Netball South Africa. How do you describe it? Thank you.
The first one, I would say to you, why am I forgetting your first question?
No, the first question is, are you still growing your stipend?
Oh yeah. You talked about money, that's why I forgot. I forgot because you talked about money and I was accused of money that I didn't take. So that's why it disturbed me a bit because you were talking about money. It's true, my predecessor got 75,000 rand. And I think even in Parliament, our amounts were said. When they went to Parliament, you said, I'm getting 40, and after deductions, I think I go home with 20, after deductions, I think I go home with 27, yes. No, after deductions, I take 27. I'm a president that takes home 27,000, yes. Not 100,000 or 200,000 or 27,000.
So then what happened for the 75 to?
I cut the 75 myself. I said I don't want it. Let us start paying the players. Because of the players at the time, the national players, were not paid. But the executive was getting a stipend. Then I said, why are we here? We are here because of the players, not because of us. So that's when I came up with this thing. I was not liked, by the way, by the then executive for doing that because they were very comfortable. I was not liked. I was hammered. But anyway, as a leader, the higher you go, the colder it becomes. So I thought to myself, yes, let's do that. And then your second question was on the issue of during this period. I got the first, in April, I always said, Karaba, I liked what you said, the truth shall set you free. In April, I had to beg for my stipend. Because I said, you did not suspend me as Netball South Africa. I stepped down because I did not want Netball South Africa to be expelled, no, suspended by World Netball, because they were threatening to do that if I get involved in netball activities. I said, can I please have my stipend? And yes, I got it. And even today, even this month, I got it. Even in the month of October, I'm still going to get it.
It's a lot there because what you're talking about now that World Netball is likely to suspend NSA netball activities in South Africa if you guys do not abide by the rules. Now that you're back, any concerns regarding that?
No, you see, for me to resign at World Netball, I wanted to show them that I thought due processes will be followed. And this thing will be solved in 30 days. Now it's 6 months and now we're going for elections and I hear rumors that World Netball says I cannot stand. And I said, on what leg that I cannot stand? So to me, it's let the Council of Netball South Africa, the highest decision-making body in netball in South Africa, decide on what to do moving forward. I don't think a bunch of us elected to guide and to take Netball South Africa can decide on such big matters, on elective matters. You know, if I was appointed, I'll say, Mpumi, it would be a different story. I'm not appointed, I'm elected. And I report to the people that elected me. And the people that elected me is the Council of Netball South Africa.
The special general meeting is taking place on Friday next week, which will precede the election. Do you see the elections taking place? And then the second one, you touched a bit on it when you were answering the T-shirts. Have you been getting support from districts across the country, and what's been the reaction from African netball members?
The question of the SGM, districts calls for SGM. We must give it to them. If they call for it, we cannot postpone it, we cannot do anything. We follow the Constitution. If it was done procedurally, it has to go on. It has to take place, the council has to decide on what they want to do. Unfortunately, I cannot decide on their behalf. They have to, I will just be leading the SGM, but they will be doing it themselves to say this is what. If they say, President, now is the time to talk about you, can you excuse us? I will excuse them if they give me that thing of, they say that, and then if I excuse them, they will choose the presiding president at the time, because they remember they've got the time. They will choose the presiding chair, and not president, the presiding chair at the time to say, you can preside over us and do 7, 8, 9. And when we talk on the president's issue, then we finish. And we will continue on that. And I think, let's give the Council of Netball South Africa the opportunity, to do that. And on your note on that, I want to apologize to them, to say, I thought things will be done correctly, but I had to safeguard Netball South Africa. And in me safeguarding Netball South Africa, I thought, it's funny that since I was suspended, the Vice President never took her phone and called me and asked me what happened. It's funny how that happened. Never took a call and asked me what happened. But could communicate everything that World Netball said to the council members. I wonder if everything was communicated, because I'm not sure what she was communicating or what her and the executive were communicating to the council members. So to me, it's very key and important that I say sorry to my council members, and I know they believed in me, and they still believe in me. And yes, I had support from them. They were asking me questions, why are you suspended, whatever, and I said, when the time is right, I'll tell you the allegations. And they said, you are suspended because of allegations. I said, yes. Have you been charged? You can only be charged. And you plead guilty or not, I've never been given that opportunity. As I said, no, the opportunity to respond to these allegations, that this is what I was doing at this time and this is what is happening. So that is what I can say, let's give the council members an opportunity to deliberate on these issues.
African netball members?
The support from African netball has been overwhelming. I think they're the first people to write to World Netball asking about my suspension. Not even Netball South Africa did that. African Netball was the first to write to World Netball. and their support was just just overwhelming, and I want to thank them. Thank you for reminding me. I want to thank Africa Netball and the support they gave me and for being there for me. And they were calling me, every time asking me, how are you, President? Are we winning on these ones? Are we seeing you at the Africa Cup? You have made sure that Africa is alive now. We've got this Africa Cup every year. And thank you for the donations of the span floor from the 2023 Netball World Cup. Malawi can host now because we donated the span floor. Remember, we were hosting all the time because of the span floor. Kenya is hosting in 2026. This is the growth we want to see in Africa. And I think this is the growth that somebody somewhere is trying to prevent.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Just a very final one, so sorry for taking time. Can you confirm to us on record that there were no legal charges pressed against you?
No, I don't have any legal charges. I don't. My thing is at the hearing at the Netball World level DC. There's no court, there's nothing, and I hear, thank you for that question, because I heard rumors that somebody said to somebody that this matter is in a court. Which court? I'm asking, which court? I've never been in a court of law. We have just been in a DC of World Netball. So which court are they talking about? And the matter that people were saying that I changed lawyers, that's why my matter was delayed, it's not true. It's 100% not true. In the morning of the hearing, or a day before the hearing, we had better people who can represent us, and then we had to change the names. Not that we changed lawyers, and the hearing took place on the same day, same time that happened. So nothing, we didn't postpone anything. So this thing of saying this thing was delayed because of me changing lawyers is not true. Let's put that into record, because I saw that, and council members were asking me, President, why did you do that? Why are you delaying us? I did not. People must ask me before they go and talk about me and talk about things that they don't understand.
You said there was no hearing, so what was that for? The changing of names?
It was for preliminary hearing on duty restriction. Because we were arguing the issue of you don't have jurisdiction over Cecilia, because Cecilia is a member of Netball South Africa. Netball South Africa has jurisdiction. They refused that. The hearing, they say, is still coming, maybe in January. Can you imagine? After 8 months, 10 months, a year, on a thing that should have been concluded in 30 days.
Nati?
Yeah. Madam President, how was your relationship with Vice President and the CEO prior to this suspension?
I don't want to be a person who sounds bitter or anything. I want to say I have a professional relationship with them. Sometimes my professionality is not liked. Let me cut it at that.
Yeah, last one from me. Before and after your suspension, or maybe after your suspension, do you know what kind of position did the executive take in relation to your suspension? Because I have information that they were divided. I also saw a letter signed by the four of them without the vice president. So how would you say the unity? What do you say? Tell us about the unity of the executive after you were suspended, and also you said that there are names in the World Netball, names that you want to reveal at council, and names of people or name of somebody who's in the executive. But that name or those names of people in the executive are also, because there are two members of the executive who are contesting for president. Is one of them? Is one of the names also appearing in the paper by that World Netball?
I'm saddened by what you say. To hear that now there's some division within the executive. Because as a leader, you must make sure that you keep the unity. I always say, let's fight inside, but when we go outside, let's speak one voice. One thing that kills us as women is we want to, when we fight, put our dirty linen out there and make sure that everybody knows about it. It saddens me to hear you say that the 4 directors wrote something which I don't have. Remember, they decided to block me, and I wonder who gave them they'll tell me when I make a meeting with them, because I'm back now. They report to me. I'm the president. They will tell me why they did that, and the zone division. It's not building netball. It's only destroying the sport that we've worked so hard to build in so many years. And having 2 people contesting me, contestation is free and fair. If you feel you are fit enough to take office, take it. I don't mind who contests me. Even if a dog will contest me, it's a dog that wants to contest me. Let it contest me, because I believe they think they've got the capability. Disclosing the name, saying one of them or whatever, I'll do that in council. That I'll do. Definitely I'll do that. Because people of Netball South Africa who elected me, who had faith in me, and had trust me in this responsibility have the right to know.
But is one of them contested?
I'm not going to say that.
Has there ever been any correspondence from the sponsors, which most people will know that you played a huge role in acquiring them, in making sure that players get stipends even during Telkom netball league? How sad was it for you to watch Telkom netball from the TV?
I never watched any netball because I didn't want to hurt my heart. But the reports I got were bad. After every TNL, we pay players within a week. I was phoned after a month or so to say people are not paid. I didn't entertain it because of it was not for me to entertain. I have an overwhelming support from the sponsors, I can tell you. They actually, instead of Netball South Africa executive members calling me, the sponsors called me to say, what is happening? What is that we are seeing? President, take us into confidence. When will this end? How will this happen? And I want to say thank you to all the sponsors of Netball South Africa. Those who took their time to give me a call and ask me what is happening, if things are well, should they be worried? No, they shouldn't be worried. I'm back. They shouldn't be worried. The way we started with this sponsorship and say this is what we're going to do, we are going to continue. Remember,